Hello, welcome. My name is Bailey. So today we're going to be working on a spring flow. So transitioning into the spring season wherever you are, wherever you're practicing from today. It's happening here. If you want, you can collect any bolsters, any blocks, any blankets, or anything around the house that you know that you like to use for your practice. It's just going to be a really well-rounded flow today, linking breath with movement and kind of just trying to touch on all of different areas of the body. So if you would like to dial this up or down in any way, feel free to do that and make this practice your own. Just think of anything that I say today as a suggestion. And the intention is really to just create some space and let yourself move into this new spring season with a little ease. So get yourself settled, grab anything that you need. We're actually going to start on our backs today in a Shavasana. So come all the way onto your mat, stretch your legs out, take up a lot of space on your mat. So as you come down, palms face up, shoulders melt down into the mat, and let your feet just kind of flop out to the side here. Once you come into this position, just start to deepen your breath and really let yourself have some time here to work into some stillness. Sometimes our body isn't quite ready for that. So just use your breath as you settle in here and notice where you're holding tension. Where can you relax a little bit more? Just slowing everything down, your energy, your thoughts, your breath. And once you find this stillness, just creating a little space from whatever it was you were doing before you started. And maybe taking a few minutes here to just consider the last season, the last 3 or so months, the last winter. And as you consider that, notice if there's anything that you'd like to let go of, to move on from. If there's a theme from that winter season that has taught you anything that you might not need to keep experiencing as we move into this new, fresh season. Anything that you'd like to bring into your life, anything that you'd like to focus on. Perhaps starting something new, a new goal. Maybe it's just dusting off the cobwebs from those colder, darker winter months. Stepping into a little bit more of an energetic lifestyle. Bringing in that vitality to all of the things that you do. While you're here, focusing on your breath, create a long, expansive inhale through your nose, as big as you can, and then open your mouth and let it out. You can make that audible or quiet. You might think of breathing into the spring, this new season, and exhaling the winter away. Anything that needs to go. Take a couple cycles like this until you feel ready to seal your lips. And just start to bring the breath in and out of your nose. So when we work with intention, when we work with energy, with our yoga practice, sometimes it feels a little confusing. Why aren't we just moving our body? Why do we have to link breath? Why do we bring this other perhaps emotional or energetic quality to our practice? And it's kind of why yoga is so unique. It's why it's a little bit different than other types of workouts, because you can use your mind, body, spirit connection, all of that, and also be healthy, be fit, work your body. So taking all of those things in consideration, not just your physical well-being, but your emotional well-being, how you truly are, that internal landscape, And as you look back and reflect, without judgment, just witnessing any tendencies or anything that's been going on in your life, whatever it is that you'd like to offer in or let go of, just letting this next 25 minutes be a representation of that. Paint the picture of that change or release that you're looking for through your physical practice. Let yourself move into some fresh, new space for whatever it is you're looking for to occur. There's nothing you have to do but just place that intention, move and breathe, and let everything settle at the end of class. On your next inhale, reach your arms up overhead, take a full body stretch, point through your toes, wrist circles, ankle circles. And then start to hug your knees into your chest. You can wrap your arms around your legs, reaching for opposite elbows, hug in. And start to extend your left leg out onto the mat and squeeze that right knee up and over towards your armpit, so near your shoulder, away from your ribs, out to the side. You can interlace your hands around your shin if that feels good. Stay here, breathe in. And then as you exhale, find a supine twist. So you're gonna roll that right knee to the left side of your body. Open your arms out to a T or cactus and gaze to the right. Nice full stretch from your tailbone through your entire spine into your neck and head. Inhale here. Exhale, pull your knees back into your chest. Come back through center. Grab onto that left leg here. Interlace as you stretch out your right leg. Use the strength of your arms to really squeeze everything in, hug in. Notice the stretch through your hip. And then on your exhale, cross your left knee towards the right. So you might have to lift up your hips and position them towards the center of your mat to try to keep those shoulders flat on the mat here. If they're lifted a little bit, that's okay. But just kind of land where you land here. No need to crank yourself into any twist for the sensation. Right back through center on your inhale. Grab onto the backs of your thighs here as you rock and roll the length of your spine. So tailbone to the crown of your head. Get some momentum and then come up into a seat facing the top of your mat. I'll face you. Arms reach. Inhale. Exhale. Twist left hand, right thigh. Bringing your right hand back behind you. You can kind of tent your fingers here. Looking further over your right shoulder every time you exhale for the twist. Long spine, breathe in. Exhale as you twist. Come back up, unravel, inhale, arms reach. Exhale, other side, right hand, left thigh. Growing taller as you inhale and twisting further as you exhale. Whenever we breathe out, there's a little bit more space in our lungs for us to find that deeper twist. Take advantage of it. Unravel, reach as you breathe in, side stretch, right hand comes down as you reach up and over. So notice if you're lifting up, press your hip down, reach for that side wall, breathe into the left side of your body. Take one last inhale. Bigger stretch. Come up as you breathe in, take your time. Other side, left hand down, right arm reaches. Pressing your hand into the mat, leaning towards the right as you stretch for the left. Good. Roll your heart high. Reach a little further. Back up on your inhale. Good. This time forward fold. So just bring your hands down as you tilt forward. You can walk your fingers out in front of you if you want to fold further a little bit more. Thinking of lengthening your spine and then folding. Good. Inhale. Come back up. Hands to the mat. Uncross your legs and find your tabletop, moving into your cats and cows when you get there. So drop your belly, breathe in, gaze forward. Exhale, round your spine, cat. Press your hands into the mat. Dome out your shoulders as you look to your navel. Keep moving with your breath. Inhaling, cow. Exhaling, cat. Take your time, moving slowly. One breath. One pose. So since you're all breathing at different speeds, it might be slower or faster than my cueing. Let that be okay. Come back to some stillness in your tabletop. We're going to thread our needle here. Reach your right arm high as you inhale, look to your thumb. Exhale, sweep that right arm through. Come onto your right shoulder as you let your head rest. Leaning back. It's like you're trying to lean, press back into that right shoulder. Ground down through your whole right arm. Stay here or extend your left leg back out long on the mat. Tiptoes can stay down or you can lift your leg and hover. You choose. Take a breath in and a breath out. Maybe you even find a bind here, reaching for your right thigh. Open your heart to the ceiling. Ground down through your full right arm, pressing into your fingers. One last inhale together. Set any legs down if they're lifted. Press into your left hand as you reach your right arm back up. Tabletop. Good, other side. Left arm reaches with your inhale. Exhale, thread through. Keeping your hips stacked over your knees. So you might have to scooch forward or backwards a little bit to make that happen. Any binds? You can balance if you'd like. It's up to you. This side does not have to match the other side. So anytime we do a two-sided thing, you don't have to take the same variations on both sides. You can always try, see how it feels, and then spin back around. Take another breath wherever you are. Unravel, legs come down. Left arm reaches back up. Tabletop. Good, breathe in. Breathe out, hips sink towards your heels, and let your forehead connect down with the mat. Stretch your fingers out in front of you. Full inhale. Full exhale. Start to crawl forward, melting your chest as you sink your torso down towards the mat and press your hips up towards the ceiling. So puppy dog pose here. You want to think of that ski slope shape with your spine. So your hips are over your knees. Melt your chest down. Your forehead can come to the mat or your chin can. Take another breath in. Notice the shoulder stretch. Full exhale. Crawling towards the top of your mat for your Sphinx. Shoulders come on top of your elbows. 90-degree angles with your arms here. Right, so if you find yourself kind of collapsing down, walk your fingers forward so that your elbows are under your shoulders. Nice support here in your Sphinx pose. Press into the tops of your feet. Roll your shoulders back. Send your chest through. Breathe in. Breathe out. A long inhale. Full exhale. Really press down and forward. So you shift yourself through your arms here as you really press your chest forward. One last breath. Start to curl your toes. Lift your hips, walk back through a tabletop, and then curl your toes for down dog as you pedal out here. Sending your hips high, let your heels melt towards the earth. Any movements that you like to take in between poses, take them. So really let everything go that needs to go through any additional movements. Letting this be an opportunity to rejuvenate not just your physical body, but your energetic body. Making space for whatever is to come. Finding those expansive breaths in and out. Beautiful. Gazing forward on your inhale. Walk your feet to the top of your mat. Finding a ragdoll. Bend your knees as much as you need to so your torso hangs towards your thighs. Maybe it even touches. Trying to keep your hips stacked right over your heels. Breath in. Breath out. Release any bind that you have. Ground down through your feet as you inhale. Roll up slow. Mountain pose. Pull your hands to your heart as you exhale. We're going to move through a little bit of some half sun salutations here just to get the breath moving with each pose. Go as fast or as slow as your breath takes you. So you don't have to wait for me to cue if you know what comes next. Arms reach as you inhale. Exhale, fold. All the breath comes out, fold forward. Halfway lift, press your hands into your shins, draw the crown of your head forward as you inhale. Exhale to fold it all away. Mountain pose, back up with your breath in. Exhale as you fold. You can swan dive or fold through the center. Take your time. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Keep going like this. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, folding. Halfway lift. Breath in. Exhale, fold back to your mountain pose. With your inhale, wait for it. And pull your hands to your heart. Good. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Send your left foot back. Lower down onto that left knee. If you need added cushion here, take it. We'll be on this knee for some time. So if you want to curl your mat, roll it in half. There's some extra cushion that way. If you have any blankets or anything that you like tucking under your knee, do it. Really get yourself comfortable here so you can settle in. So once you found your low lunge, you can keep your toes tucked or untucked. It doesn't matter. But sending your shoulders back so your heart can come through might mean coming onto fingertips. If you have blocks, bring them right underneath your hands and come up nice and tall if that feels good. But take another breath wherever you are. And if you choose, you might explore bringing your hands towards your right thigh or towards your hips. Thinking of your spine growing nice and long as you inhale, but then sinking your pelvis, your hips down towards the mat as you exhale, right? So if you're clenching and you're holding yourself up like this, that's fine. That's a different way to experience this pose, especially if your knee is uncomfortable. You might find yourself doing this. But if you can melt, let go, still keep that intensity, that strength through your upper body, through your spine, crown of your head draws to the ceiling. Stay here for a few more breaths. You can reach your arms up overhead if you choose. You might even find a little back bend here. Biceps stay in line with your ears, shoulders melt. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more inhale. Start to reach that right hand back, left hand forward for the twist. You can drop your right hand towards your leg, your thigh here as you reach up and over. That feels nice. You can even hook an elbow. Take a prayer twist. Totally up to you. Take one more breath in, reach back further, and then come back up. Arms overhead, unravel, plant your hands, frame your foot, and as you start to straighten out your right leg, hips stay stacked over that left knee. Flex your right toes back. So this is our half split. You can stay like this. Find your blocks, come up right, if that feels better, or you can fold. If you need more intensity, instead of going backwards, hips to heel, go forward, heel to top of your mat, kind of wiggling it forward as you fold. If you have a full split, you can take it. It's early in the practice, so you might just kind of hang out here for a bit, but it's up to you. Really pull that right hip back, left hip forward, squaring your hips to the top of your mat. Sometimes it's nice to inhale a little bit, find some length coming up. And then as you exhale, you sink back down. That really helps hold accountability with your breath. Good. Coming back forward to the top of your mat, finding your low lunge once more. Take a twist this time with your left hand down, right arm reaches. Breathe in. Twist it away. Good. Reframe your foot and start to heel toe your right foot to the right side of your mat as you bring your right hand to the inside of your stance here, lizard. Stay like this, or again, use your blocks. Bring hands or forearms to blocks. Forearms can come down onto the mat. You can keep squeezing your knee towards your shoulder or roll onto the pinky toe side of your right foot as you let your knee come out to the side here. Any movement that you like in your lizard, welcome it in. Lots of release through our hips. Letting any of that stale, stagnant energy go from the last few months. Bringing that awareness, that intention back to offering in whatever it is we're looking for this next season. Creating space for that to exist. Back up into your lizard. If you want the quad stretch, you can take it. You might just take a twist here. Spiral your right hand back behind you. You can start to squeeze your left heel to your glute, catch your foot, or keep it on the mat. Up to you. Hug that heel in, press into your left hand as you lean back. You might look up or even over your right shoulder. Find another inhale. Softly, without slingshotting, release your foot and then reframe your right foot. Lift off of your left knee. Find a high plank. Right foot meets your left. Breathe in. Curl your toes, upward facing dog. Back to your child's pose. Breath in, breath out. Toes curl, hips high, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Gaze forward, walk, hop, top of your mat. Find your halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Mountain pose, roll up slow with your breath in. Take up space with your arms as you reach. And exhale, forward fold, back down. Exhale, all the breath out. Halfway lift, breathe in. This time, right foot steps back. Roll that mat if you need the cushion, right? Let this work for you. Give yourself a good foundation to set up here. As you come into your lunge, notice if this is just a transition pose for you. Really allow this pose to happen. So find your blocks, whatever you need. Shoulders roll back. Heart comes through. Breath in here. Breath out. Stay with your hands down to the mat, on blocks, or explore hands to your thigh or to your hips. You can always experiment with a little bit of a bind here if you choose. But as you settle in here, really let your pelvis melt. Notice where you're holding tension. Good. Arms reach up with your inhale. Maybe taking that slight back bend here. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but just slightly leaning back. Arms stay in line with your ears. Breath in. Right hand comes forward. Left hand goes back for the twist. You can stay upright or reach your left arm back for your leg. Right arm reaches up and over. Big, expansive twist. Still lunging into that left leg. One more breath in. Unravel. Left arm reaches, meets your right, and plant your hands. Come down. Finding that twist. Well, we'll move into our half split first. That's right. Peel your toes off the mat. Hips stack over that back knee. And as your foot kind of flexes back here, notice the back of your leg pressing down towards the mat. Really get that hamstring stretch. If you need intensity, scoot your heel to the top of your mat. Fold with your heart. Untucking your chin as you fold. Rather than that rounded spine, long spine on your folds. Good. Take one last breath. And come back to the top of your mat. Now find the twist. Right hand stays grounded. Left arm reaches. Breath in. Breath out. Framing your foot back into your low lunge. Take your time to find lizard. So hands to the inside. Really walking, heel toeing that left foot to the left side of your mat to give yourself some space here. You can stay upright onto hands. Again, come on to forearms, or forearms can come to blocks. And you can move around as much as you need to here. Really give yourself an opportunity to sink into your lizard and let our hip open for us. Sometimes it takes a little bit more time for those bigger joints to really open. Notice how this side feels a little different than the other. And if there's anywhere that you might be clenching, holding on to. Find a little bit more stillness. Coming back into your lizard if you've left it. And as you spiral your left arm back, opening for the twist, you might take the quad stretch this time. Hugging your heel in, press into that right hand, lean back. Open your heart to the ceiling. Breath in, stretch, squeeze. Softly release your foot, reframe your left. Lifting off that right knee, high plank. Step your left foot back, breathe in. Curl, top of your feet on the mat. Melt your hips. Find that cobra or your up dog. Child's pose, forehead meets the mat. Take 3 long breaths in here. In your child's pose, let all of that breath, all of that movement start to land and arrive in your body. If your elbows are lifted, let them melt. If you're holding tension in your child's pose, soften. Don't worry about what this looks like. Just let this feel grounded connected. And give yourself some time to let all of that movement find where it would like to land in your body. To let all of that breath push anything out in a way that needs to go. As you draw in fresh, clean energy for the spring. On your next inhale, walk your fingers back towards your body as you press yourself upright, swiveling your hips off to the sides, straighten out your legs in front of you, flex your feet back, arms reach, inhale, forward fold, hands can come towards your toes, shifting forward, inhale, exhale, folding, or maybe you just bring your hands back behind as you kind of tilt forward, flexing those feet. The goal does not have to be your toes. But on every breath in, you might come up just an inch. Every exhale, fold a little bit more. Take your time, take one last round of breath. Find your deepest fold. And as you come upright, soles of your feet come together, butterfly. So you can bring your heels really a lot in towards your body or keep them out. It's up to you. And if you found the stretch already, stay here. If you've got blocks, you want to put them underneath some floating knees, feel free to do that. Option to stay right where you are or tilt forward. You might just have to hinge a little bit. You're just looking for the stretch. You're looking for your threshold in the stretch. So find it. If you see somebody completely collapsed, right? That just means we have much further to go to find the same sensation that you've already found, perhaps right here. So it doesn't matter what it looks like, just how this feels for you. Coming back up as you breathe in. As you start to kind of scoot to the top of your mat if you're not already there. Arms are going to come out in front. Breathe in, keeping your legs just as they are. Roll back all the way onto your back. Full body stretch when you get there. Still in that butterfly shape with your legs. One hand to your heart, the other towards your belly. Let your feet really soften. Let everything melt down. If you need those blocks under your knees, take it. If you can't fully relax here, if your hips are a little bit tight, use your blocks. Closing your eyes here, settling back in. Finding that stillness, that same stillness that we started with. Breathing into this new space, this new season. Exhaling anything else that needs to go. You don't have to know what that is, but just deciding that you want it to go is enough. Finding 3 more cycles of your breath. Slowing down the rate of your heart with those controlled breaths in and out. Feel free to stay right here for as long as you need to continue receiving what you need on your inhales and exhaling anything away that doesn't need to stay. Otherwise, bring your knees together to touch with the help of your hands. Hug in softly with your eyes closed. Rock up to a comfortable seat. Bring your hands together to touch. Palms touch, thumbs press into your chest. Breathe in. Breathe out. Blinking your eyes open, palms come down towards your lap. Thank you so much. Great work. Take all of this energy with you that you've cultivated today and go share it with everybody that you encounter for the rest of your week. Namaste.